Hey guys, doing a quick video on the value statement. I was contemplating just sending the existing one that we've already made, but it seems as though this issue needs to be brought up in a new way. And I think part of the problem is as some of the stores transition from being low car count or moderate car count stores into high car count stores, they are losing sight of the things that create sustainability of car count, which is telling customers the value that we provide. It's not enough just to do a fast oil change. That might work for some people, but we're never going to have long term sustainability if we cannot execute on the service in a way that when we are not running a discount or we are not running a special, that they will continue to want to come in. So, um, we have the signs in the store for a reason. Every single customer needs to be given the value statement. You need to bring the receipt to the window and walk through the things on the receipt. I'm going to do you guys a favor. I'm going to remove the phrase 18-point check from the receipt so it's no longer going to say that. But we've gotten a string of one-star reviews that have all revolved around not getting what they think they should have gotten out of the service or an 18-point check or any extras, and the only time that happens is when you are not talking to the customer about the service that you did. You're merely doing the oil change, checking them out, and they're leaving. And the problem is, most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time, you guys actually are doing those top offs. You are doing those courtesy checks. But if you don't relay that to the customer, they don't know that. And you don't give them the opportunity to even ask the question, did you do that? So I'm gonna have Jay, I'm gonna have some of the territory managers do some value statement training with you guys, and you're gonna feel like it's redundant. You're gonna feel like it's painfully rudimentary, but we really need this to sink in. We cannot continue to go down this road of one-star reviews. We cannot continue to go down this road of a store going from doing 15 cars a day to 30 cars a day, and only for a year from now to go back to 15 cars a day because all those people didn't come back because they didn't feel like they were provided any value. We put on our receipts what we did, showed the customer the dipstick. I mean, this is so simple, guys. It's on the receipts. You can walk right through it. Hey, I checked your wiper blades. They're good. Your tires, I checked them. If you didn't check them, tell them you didn't check them. Say, hey, you have these aftermarket BF Goodrich all terrains. I didn't want to check the tires without your permission. Your power steering fluid, I could see it with my eyes. And I know that most of these checks you can do with your eyes. You don't need to physically take the cap off. But if the customer's peeking through the hood to see what you're doing and they don't see you take the cap off and then you don't say anything, they just assume you didn't do it. And if they assume you didn't do it, then they're saying, what is the value of this? I can go to Monroe and get a $15 oil change, and if I wanted to just have a simple oil change. So you guys need to go down the list. I checked hey, your coolant's right at the right level. Your brake fluid's right at the right level. Then you can talk to them about brake fluid. Hey, your battery terminals look clean. There's no corrosion. Check your air filter. It looks good. We need to be doing that anyway because some of the lower ticket average stores are not pulling air filters. So don't put something on this receipt that you're not doing. What I like about this receipt from Dillsburg is it doesn't have the things that they didn't do. It doesn't have the cabin air filter. It doesn't have the other ones. Now, the 18-point check does one of the reasons why I'll remove 18-point check from your receipts is because, it creates the assumption that there should be 18 things on this sheet, and there clearly isn't. But Dillsburg is doing the right thing by not putting things on their receipt that they didn't do. So please, please, if you are a store whose reviews, one thing that is very frustrating for me is when we started this business, your average Jiffy Lube was in the mid threes, and the average Costa Oil through our first 12 stores was a 4.8. We had multiple stores that didn't have a single one-star review. When we get to a 4.5, we're dying a little inside. But now we're getting to stores that are getting multiple one-star reviews in a row. It's been brought up in the channel. You guys need to go out of your way to combat that with 5-star reviews, and the only way you do that is by giving over the top customer service that compels someone to talk about the experience they had. So if you have a 4.5, if you have a 4.4, if you have a 4.3, God forbid, I don't even know. The only stores that should have those are the ones whose we inherited their Google My Business profile from the previous people. Like poor Kawani has a like a 4.1, and really if you were to take the reviews since we taken over, they probably have like a 4.8. Same thing for Reed City. I think they have a 4.3, which they really don't deserve. They probably would be a 5.0 if I'm being completely honest. But for some of you stores that were scratch stores that were a Costa Oil from day one, and you have a 4.3 or a 4.4, you guys need to be asking for reviews every single car. You need to be going through your value statement every single car. Um, and we need to combat in this. Otherwise, your car count, especially in the slow season, right? Especially with car counts being down because of weather. So please get with your teammates, talk to them about this, formulate a plan. We're gonna do something ourselves in the back office to see if there's a way that we can assist with this. But at the end of the day, we have you guys. If you ever need resources, if you ever need tutelage, ask us if you're doing something that you're not sure if you're doing it the right way. But at the end of the day, we have to let you guys run the stores. We can't be there to hold your hand through the process. But we see the feedback, we get it almost immediately. So please, 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 value statement, value statement, value statement. There's literally nothing more that will get me going than knowing that a value statement is not being done at a store. Thanks.